Hi and welcome to Overruled Tennis with Renato. On today's episode, we're going to discuss the men final from the US Open that happened just last night, where we have the Zverev and Tsitsipas facing each other. Wasn't? Oh no, it wasn't. Oh yeah, it was Carlos Alcaraz and Yannick Sinner. What a shocker, right? As we all been expecting for so many years that Zverev and Tsitsipas, I'm shocked none of them made it to the final. But before we started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment, an opinion, or a question. You also can rate the tournament. For me, the tournament overall, both from the men's side and the women's side, was like maybe a 6-7. A little bit more surprised from the women's side, not with Sabalenka get to the final, but with Anasimova. But on the men's side was very predictable for everyone except for Apostolos, I'm sure. I think Sinner and Alcaraz deserving got to the final. I think even on the semi-finals, everyone was already predicted that they will get to the final, and it was. Congrats to Felix for at least put a fight into set out of Sinner and create a little bit more tension. But let's talk about the two men of the moment, and by that I'm not meaning Tsitsipas or Zverev. I'm talking about Sinner and Alcaraz, especially the man of the moment, which is Alcaraz. Alcaraz played brilliant tennis. I think I was very impressed with his serve and the way and I think that was actually the big difference between the two of them. I think Sinner's serve was not at his best or even close to it. But Alcaraz serve was, and not just that, Alcaraz serve actually improved throughout the sets. And I think on the third set and the fourth set, I think he was serving absolutely incredible. And I think Sinner never got a footing on his serve, especially on his first serve. But I was very impressed with him by trying to hit out the second serve. Also, he didn't have much of an option because he was not placing first serves. But still, it's a different mindset and it's a different way to try to do something. It creates some double faults, which was expected. But at least we see that he's trying to move the needle in some other direction. Also, I think his press conference, again, one of the things I must say, this press conference have been very, very interesting from the coaching point of view, listening to the side of the players. And I think Sinner as well mentioned that the variety of his game is lacking and he needs to work on that, and therefore is willing to lose more matches throughout the season, which is a very interesting approach and means how focused they are on the Grand Slams. I think for Sinner, I want to see that, and I think one of the things I like when these two play each other is mostly they learn a lot from it and they really try to change something. But I was very interested, especially on the fourth set from Alcaraz. I thought he was very clinical. It was less flair and less skill tennis, but it was like so objective. Another thing I loved about Alcaraz's tactic to this match was the fact that he kept playing to Sinner backhand, but on the way he's waiting for Sinner to go down the line so he could rip his forehand. And his forehand actually can open up the court. He has a lot of side spin. He goes very wide. And he pushes the opponent completely out of the court, which he also did. He applied that tactic sometimes, but the most impressive for me it was the times he was waiting for Sinner to go down the line, and then he applied that tactic, which I was very impressed by it. Also very impressed by how methodic he was on the last set. And then on the third set, yeah, he just put a show for everyone. It was so enjoyable to watch, different kind of tennis. I think on the second set, he was a bit more conservative, is Alcaraz. That's why he gave the edge, because I think Sinner, if they're gonna both play more conservative, Sinner is obviously the more experienced player on that. But then I think Alcaraz brought it on the third set in a very incredible way. And then on the fourth set, he was so clinical. It was so methodic, the way he applied his tactics. I think we're gonna have for sure more matches, and I hope there are more people join to the conversation. I think Felix did a great tournament. And I think he has a chance. I also think Draper has a chance to get in the mix. And from now, I also think Fields Also, it's if he gets healthy, I think he is a player to take into consideration to this rivalry. And even on the other previous rivalries, Nadal, Federer, or even Djokovic, Nadal, um, even for me, like I get to a point and then I want just someone there, and I'm happy. Even though I love them all, you just want like the extra excitement, and I do believe they are there to entertain us. Not that I'm gonna force them to do anything they shouldn't, but at some level, I don't feel like it's wrong for me to wish for someone else so I can be more entertained. I think it's part of the game, and I think I have the right to want it, but also it will not make a difference if it's gonna happen or not. But I can just hope and be excited about it, which is always good when you are excited about something. So now we have the end of the season. We're gonna also have the ATP finals, which is they're gonna be very interesting. But I think also in the women's side, we're gonna have the WTA finals, which are gonna be definitely interesting as they split slams for different champions. So it's gonna see who brings the crown in the end, because it's everyone has a cup. Let's see who can crown that cup. And the men, can't wait to see it. It's gonna be very, very exciting. More things about the tournament in itself. Oh, I huge thanks to Carlos, because Carlos played such amazing tennis, especially the third and fourth set, that we even till today, and everything has been wrapped up. The Carlos is the main talk of the final, and not that Trump dude, which he was there and barely was featured because, like, who cares? I think the king of New York was Carlos Alcaraz and no one else. So I'm happy that he took the spotlight out of Trump. Trump was trying, this is the second time, and he's trying to do big, like the parade, and now the US Open. And both cases fall flat. So I'm thank you very, very, very much to Carlitos for making that a much more enjoyable tournament for all of us, or I must say, a much more enjoyable final. I think that's all for today. I will do today a segment of racket abuse that I will talk about the trophy ceremony. I was supposed to do yesterday, but I didn't have time, so I will do it today for sure. But before I leave, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave us a comment, an opinion, something you want to say. If you want to rate the tournament, that will be fine. My rate will be between like 6 to 7, so let's say 6.5 overall for men and women's side. I think it's more pushed to a 7 because there was like some unexpected in the women, at least one of them. So, and to be honest, I thought that Swiatek will probably win, and I was wrong. So yeah, do not forget to leave us your score for the tournament overall, and I see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.